Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 253. My name's Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris, who's back with us, and our good pal Katrin, the three amigos, back again. Woohoo! We're trying something new tonight, so like a new program thing. So we'll see how long this lasts. It could be a very short show where we say hello, everybody, and then good night, everybody. We shall see. We shall see. But anyways, we're live on YouTube. So check us out there. If you're not watching us live, we're there most every Thursday that we can be there. So first off, our prayers go out to Florida. Hurricane Ian. I don't know how he likes to be pronounced.
You don't get a choice.
Yeah. Has gone through, and so I pray for all those that are affected by that, and all the flooding, which I know because we had it here a few years back in Houston, and it's a mess.
So not a few years. How old was your daughter? I mean, that was when you had your daughter, right?
Yeah, so that's like 5 years.
5 years, not a few. Isn't that crazy how time flies, right? Like It just seems like it was just a little bit ago.
I
but
know.
It's like 10 now, right?
No, she's 5.
She's going off to college, right?
Yeah, she's 18, going off to college. No, she's 5. So I know it's crazy. I've seen video and photos. I saw that part of the Hulk coaster is flooded now. It's underwater.
Oh wow!
The part that goes underground.
Oh, okay.
Well,
is underwater
in the ground. Yeah.
So if you wrote it, yeah, you just have to hold your breath for a minute, I guess. Part of Jurassic Park ride ripped apart, siding ripped off of the building.
I mean, this is the kind of weather where the dinosaurs would get out. And
yes. So this is how it starts. This is how it starts. Gatorland, the parking lot was. I just saw the parking lot. It was flooded. Can you imagine though? All those gators just float right out of there. Mm-hmm. I've seen video of just gators swimming across people's neighborhoods, streets. A friend of mine's driveway is full of fish swimming around.
I saw a video of a house floating down the street.
It's crazy.
Lifted off it was like up on the ground, off the ground, and just plop.
And there's no water in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird when they were showing video of Tampa Bay and how the hurricane sucked up a lot of the water right there. You know, further out you see it, of course, but it was just not dry land, but it was not underwater. It was really, really odd to see, and it'd be neat to go out and look at it, and find some arrowheads or something, but junk, probably a lot of trash.
A lot of people hunkered down at Disney World, which they didn't really have any major damage.
No,
just a lot of debris and some trees that fell. But I saw people that actually live in the area, and they're like, well, we got a room at Disney and we're going to go stay there because if they lose power, it'll be probably for a few minutes because all their power stuff's underground.
And their hotels and stuff, I think, are built a little bit better too.
Yeah. So like Adam the Woo, I watch him on YouTube, and he went and just stayed at the Contemporary to ride it out. A lot of people did that. So I guess that's the safest place to be. And a lot of the cast members were on like overnight teams, and there were characters in all the lobbies playing with the kids. Chef Mickey's, which is normally like $60, $20 for Chef Mickey's.
Oh.
Hurricane special.
$20.
$20. Chapek is just screaming, who gave cheaper prices at Disney?
Yeah, they were.
But Disney's
they were
helping out,
feeding folks that were staying there. They were giving them boxed meals, and of course they had special entertainment at the resorts. I've always heard that if you stay at a resort when there's a hurricane, it's kind of fun because the characters come and see you, and they really take care of you there. And they know you're kind of stuck there, and you spend a lot of money. kind of like what happened to you on your trip
Cruise.
right? On your cruise, right?
Yeah, on the cruise. I gotta shout out to the cruise folk because they were awesome, and Disney was very awesome with that. Because I haven't really got to talk about it on here, but went to Disney. Was at Disney World for 3 days, enjoying Disney World, having fun, and went to go get on the Disney Wish. Felt perfectly fine. Took a COVID test 2 days before, negative. Got on a cruise. Was like, yeah, we're on the Wish. This is gonna be awesome. And like, man, I just feel kind of tired all of a sudden. I'm gonna go take a nap. It's just like we've had a long week, and it was a very long week, very humid, hot, and we were tired, hitting all the parks in 3 days. Laid down, woke up. I'm sick. I do not feel good, and we had already left, of course, and took a COVID test that I brought with me. Super positive, like the most positive I've ever seen on anything. It is like wait 15 minutes to see. In like 2 minutes, it was like positive. It's like yeah, I got COVID. So we called the nurses station. Like, yeah, I just tested positive. They're like, okay, put your mask on, whatever. Come on down. And they tested me down there. They're like, yeah, you're positive. My wife was negative though. And they're like, well, what we can do, if you want to, we can put her in another room so she can still enjoy the ship and everything. We'll just quarantine you. And she's like, no. In my mind,
your wife is better than me, or been better than mine, because my wife would be like, see ya when we get back.
Yeah, she didn't want to do that. But also, we're like, oh, she's gonna get it. Like, we've been around each other. Like, there's no way. But the whole time she tested negative until we got home, and then she tested positive.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Disney, they were super nice. They provided us with like free bottled waters, just free Powerades, because usually you have to pay for like bottled water and Powerade, but they just gave all that to us. They gave me some medicine to take. They brought all of our dinners to our room, which ordinarily you don't get. If you miss the dinner, that's at the dinner. You don't get that. You can go to room service. But they sent all the food to us. There was like a special ice cream shop that we didn't get to go to. They're like, yeah, we'll bring you some of that. So just let us know what you want. They brought us that for free. Wow. And then they're like, yeah, when you get back, what's your plans on the cruise? We're like, well, we're going to stay at a hotel at the airport, and then the next day flying out. They're like, yeah, you still need to quarantine for 2 more days, so we're going to put you up at a hotel that we'll pay for. And they paid for that. They paid for changing our flight. They reimbursed us basically the whole cruise price.
Well, there you go.
That we stayed, and they reimbursed us for like any food that we needed to get. So like they really like took care of us, and it was super nice of them. And so
but no characters came to your room.
No characters came to our room. I mean, we're quarantined.
That's a ripoff.
Sucks.
Yeah, they didn't even get. You would think they would lower a character outside the window.
Mm-hmm. They should.
Mm-hmm.
Disney. You didn't get to see the Chip and Dale pool?
No. We watched the Mighty Ducks on TV though.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it in a while. It holds up. It's still fun.
You didn't get to see the slide. Did you see any of the ship?
Yeah, we walked around like when we first got on. We walked around. We got to see a lot of the ship. Like we got to see the Star Wars lounge, like the bar area, which is pretty cool. The coolest part about it is the door, because it's like futuristic, like Star Wars, Star Trek, where it's a closed door. You walk up to it, and it slides open.
Ooh, like at the grocery store.
So, but it looks like a big metal door.
Sorry.
It looks like a big metal door.
Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, wow, this is just like Star Wars.
It's futuristic. It is. We really like. You should appreciate that kind of thing, because that's very futuristic. You don't have to open that door; it opens for you. It's crazy.
Wow!
Like, I don't know how it works. It's magic.
That's
so cool.
It. I mean, that's cool, but it is sort of sad that that's the coolest part of the Star Wars.
I mean, like, I think when you're in there and you're getting drinks and stuff, I'm sure like they were playing music and doing all kinds of stuff. It was like just an open house type thing.
From what I've heard,
I thought
it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Being in there, it was cool just seeing it. I mean,
But compared to like Galaxy's Edge, it was like
compared to
Oga's.
Galaxy's Edge, like Oga's, this is. I mean, if you don't like this, I don't think you're going to like the Star Cruiser, because that's kind of what it looks like. I mean, it looks like a
but the Star Cruiser you
nice,
get like to play.
I mean, that's what it kind of is.
No, you get to like go on missions and quests, and
You can do that on the ship. It's fine. But I mean, we saw the slide. We saw like all the eatery places, like the barbecue place and stuff like that. The ship is the layout is odd, because we were getting very lost walking around on where to go and how to get up to the upper deck.
5 minutes you have to walk around.
Yeah, the 5 minutes you get to walk around. The cafe was nice. We went in there, got some like tea, and she got a coffee. The adult area is so small. It's so small. The pool, if you want to call it a pool, is very small.
All the pools are like that, though, right?
No. Like, I mean, it's like on the other ships, like the Magic and the Wonder. It's like a backyard pool.
Like that ship, all the pools were like tiny.
Oh yeah, on that ship, like the kids areas didn't look too bad to me, but the adult area is just like a big bath, like
yeah.
And it's weird. It's like on the very back is where the adult area is, and then on the side is a jacuzzi, like a hot tub or whatever. But it's like off to the side. There's like nothing there. It's weird. And you would think, well, okay, well, maybe there's one on the opposite side, so because it's just this one little jacuzzi, and Magic and the Wonder have two. Walk around the other side, there's not another one.
You're making the Wish sound very fantastic.
We didn't really get to experience it truly, so I can't say it's a bad ship. It's just first impression, it's so different from the others. And there's definitely stuff, I think, for the next ship they're doing, they can improve upon, or maybe even kind of revert back. And I think there is ways they can make this better.
Yeah,
like the pool, there's like two weird things beside it, to where it's like things you sit down and your feet are just in water.
Yeah, I saw a video of that.
And I was like, just get rid of those, expand the pool out.
Yeah,
and I think it'll be a lot better.
So what you're saying, compared to the other cruise ships, the Wish is sort of like new Coke versus classic Coke.
Little bit. I mean, from just from what I've experienced.
That shows our age, by the way.
I mean, the food. I mean, the food that we got was. I didn't lose my taste, sense of taste or smell. So I could taste the food. All the food tasted good to me, but I lost my appetite, so I couldn't really eat that much of it.
Yeah.
All the food tasted good. So it would. I would still like to go to the restaurants, because from what I've seen, people have enjoyed them.
Yeah, I think the restaurants are good there.
There's things that are still problems. I think they're having some technical issues with Olaf in the Frozen.
Well, it's hot.
He broke down.
No,
it's hot. Yeah. So, and the stores that we got to see, because the stores aren't open until you're out at sea. You can't walk into them until you go out to sea.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Oh no, it's because they sell like the prices and stuff they sell them at. It's a lot cheaper and everything. Taxes.
Oh, in the ocean.
Open ocean.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot. There's like weird rules and stuff they can't sell when they're in port. So
like pirate law.
They're closed. Yeah, basically. So the shops are, and that's on all the ships. That's on every ship.
Yeah. So you didn't get a cool sipper from the Avengers place, huh?
No.
Oh, they should have brought you one of those.
I didn't know they had them. So.
Oh, that's your wife's fault.
Oh, okay.
Because I told her, I said, they got these cool sippers. Make sure he gets one. Like, have them bring him one. And she's like, I'm not going to tell him.
Wow.
because he wanted stuff to be a surprise.
Busted.
I guess I ruined surprise. I said, I bet they'll bring him one. And she's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, wow. Okay. I guess she wants you to save it for when you go back.
Maybe because we are going back. We're in this next year. We rebooked again, so we can go on and actually experience the ship. Because I think we'll have a good time. Like even though like it's different from the other ones, and there's some things that are like, well, that could be better. It still seemed like a really nice ship.
Yeah.
So what would wonder what a cruise is like right now? If you were out on a cruise during this hurricane, what do?
They're not sending them out. They canceled.
No, like if they were already out.
Oh, if they're already out, they would probably have to. Yeah, they would probably go into a port somewhere. And
okay.
If you don't, or they have to like go out around somewhere somehow. But
go to the eye.
Where they're at.
Yeah, because they don't move fast, really. So
yeah, they use the PIM particles and just like grow bigger.
Or go bigger. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, I'm glad. Your wife said it was the best cruise she's ever been on. So.
Well, I mean, it was really good for her, especially because, like, I mean, a lot of times on the cruises, we get a veranda. She loves to just to sit out on the veranda, and that's basically what she did the whole time. She sat on the veranda. She sat out there, read a book. The only complaint was it was too cold in the room because I kept it cold because I was hot. Sick. She's like, it's frigid in there.
Well, then just stay out on your veranda then.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't even want to go on the veranda. I'd step outside and I'd be like, "That's hot. Can't breathe." I stayed in that bed the whole week.
Oh, poor guy. Well, since in the comments, Winchester's on here from Batu.
Mm-hmm.
The Kyber Curator's on here, which I'm glad they've all survived. Why don't you tell us briefly, and then we'll get into the Marvel stuff, I promise, briefly what you thought of Galaxy's Edge since it was your first time going. Remember, you got pros on here.
It was good.
Oh, great. Here we go. He's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
Hey, thank you. No, it was amazing. It was really cool. Just walking around was super awesome. Just like looking at everything and just like taking pictures and doing that stuff. Watching stormtroopers and stuff walk through and harass people was really fun. The rides were really good. Rise of Resistance broke down. Like everything was breaking down at all of parks, like constantly. Like every day we were there, it was breaking down. And it always seemed to break down when my time was up to go onto the ride. That's when it would break down. Yeah. I think they do. And what was really cool to me, because every day it rained, and I was kind of like, rain. But when I was like in Batu and it started raining, and I walked into that kind of like merchant area where they have like all the stuff hanging and everything, it was just super cool in there when it was raining. It felt like a movie set. When it was doing that, it was like all the rain was coming down. Oh, and here you can hear the cat feeders go off again. You couldn't hear that on Skype.
I thought that was a toilet flushing.
No, you can hear that again because we're not on Skype anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have the noise filter through it. But yeah, just the rain coming down through that and being there when it was doing that was just really cool. Everybody was like, trying to find places to huddle.
Aww.
At one point it was raining. I went into the store with the sell lightsabers. I was in there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes to
you bought them all.
45 minutes. I did get me the dark saber, of course, which I showed the last time.
Yeah.
The
fake dark saber.
The fark saber.
The fart saber. The fark saber. Can we say that?
Yeah,
sure.
And I got me one of the explosive cokes.
The first time I got one of those, the guy hands it to me and goes, "Don't hold it by the lid." And I was like, okay. So I grabbed it by the lid and it just fell to the ground and like went crazy. And he's like, "Oh, here, Let me give you another one.
What did I just say?
Don't hold it by the lid.
Oh,
What did I just say?
I know.
Well,
Now they've changed it so that it won't do that anymore.
well, good.
that's good.
It won't fall and explode on you.
But yeah, like I said, so the rides like Res Resistance got to ride twice. Really cool. The drop, I did not expect the drop.
Oh, good.
Good.
I didn't expect it.
That's
Pee a little.
Jenny thought Jenny wrote it with me, and she saw it coming. I didn't even think about it.
You're like,
we were just going through like, oh, this is great. So that was really cool. And as it rose up, and you're in front of the ats and stuff like that, the walkers, that was really cool. Just all that stuff was really cool. And the Millennium Falcon, rode that like 3 times. First time it was like we were like some of the first people on the ride, so there was just 2 people in front of us. So of course, they got both pilot seats.
Yeah.
And so I was a gunner, and Jenny was a gunner, and there was no one else behind us. The second 2 times, I just went through the single rider line. So of course, I was the engineer.
Yeah. Engineers.
But it was still fun. It was still fun to kind of watch and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember online watching where like it seemed like before they were keeping people in that one room with like the kind of Star Wars chests or whatever and all that.
The inside the Millennium Falcon, like the
they didn't do that. It was just
used to you would just like stand around in there, hang out, take pictures, sit at the little chess table, and then the COVID. And it changed everything.
So I figured that's
like line up and blah blah.
Yeah. So one of the times I went on there, I was put with this this family, and the person explaining everything just started talking Spanish to them and everything, and just was going all through all the people there just talking to Spanish. And then he looked at me and went into English, and the woman next to me kind of laughed. I was like, glad I was about to lean over and ask you what he was saying, because I had no clue.
Por favor, mantengo.
I was like, I know that to step away from the doors. That's all I know.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Looking at all the merch they had there, did anything catch your eye?
I mean, all the lightsabers were really cool. There wasn't necessarily anything that was like, oh, I gotta have that. It was just it was a lot of cool stuff that I think people would enjoy. Like I don't really care to get the triangle and the square.
The triangle and the square.
The triangle and the square. I can't think of what they call them. You're the Star Wars guy.
Got any of them triangles and squares?
Yeah. Like some of the like busts and stuff they have are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd want to spend that much money on them.
Yeah.
What
about the droids?
Comparatively,
well, you already have a droid.
Like, I already have a droid. I did like kind of walk in and peek around. I was like, can I just like look around? I'm not going to do this, but I just want to look around. They're like, yeah, just peek over here, and that's fine.
Oh yeah, there's a store in there. You can
really cool.
Yeah, you can walk in there. It's a store. You don't have to have a reservation to go in there. You can just go in there and look around.
Oh, okay. It seemed like they were doing like a reservation thing because they had 2 people
for the
door.
Yeah, for half of the store. Half of the store is where you build the droids, and you have to have a reservation for in there. Okay. But the other part is the actual store.
Okay.
Somebody got you one of those.
Yeah,
customized it and everything. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, I don't know. It's here somewhere. Cool. But I mean,
that's me.
Like it's cool looking around the store, like all the stores there and everything, all the stuff there. Comparatively though, like when I went to Epcot and went to Guardians ride,
yeah,
I went in that store. I stayed in that store for a while, just looking around.
Oh well, you're
I'm the Marvel guy.
You're the Marvel guy.
Yeah, because I got the cube.
Blue box. Huh.
Yeah. You got one of them squares? Oh, and you got one of them circles too?
You broke it.
You broke your circle. Oh,
yeah, and then you
will be broke.
It's so loud.
Sorry.
Yeah,
And I
I
gotta
got
say,
your squares and circles.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to ride that ride. Both of you. Cannot wait for your ride. Guardians.
Maybe. One day.
It's so good. It's so good.
Wish I was going on with catering, but we're going at different times this year.
No. Just kidding.
Just for that, I'm coming in December.
I'm just playing with you.
Oh, he was going to go anyway.
Yeah, staying in your
I have
room.
78 days, by the way, according to my phone.
Ooh.
I don't know how our trip's going to be because I still don't have tickets for the kids, and Jennifer needs to renew her pass. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
you will.
We'll see. I can get in to the parks.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody else can stay in the hotel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, all right. Should we talk a little Marvel?
We should. That was a good segue. We talked about Guardians, and you love Marvel, so that's perfect segue. Good job. Like we planned it.
That was Chris's segue. I love Marvel.
Let's start
I love
talking
Marvel.
about this.
Marvel.
I used to live in Marvel.
Yeah, you did. Look at the Marvel. So this week, some of the biggest Marvel news ever, I would say, dropped. Wouldn't you say? Would you say that, Chris?
I would totally agree on that.
It was an amazing thing. And if you don't know what we're talking about, a new episode of She-Hulk came out. No, just kidding.
Not green anymore.
She's just Jen. I've enjoyed She-Hulk, but that's not the big news. Which we could talk a little bit about She-Hulk in a minute, but let's get to the big news first. Ryan Reynolds, national treasure. Ryan Reynolds.
National Canadian treasure.
That's true. National Canadian treasure. That's true. North American treasure.
Almost better than maple syrup.
I don't know. He may be better. Anyways, he dropped some news that Deadpool is officially coming to the MCU, and Deadpool 3, which we all knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah. Knew it was going to happen.
But there was something about the place where he was making the announcement from. And he was saying, I don't have any ideas. Or he was on the toilet at one point reading a comic, which if you look really close at the comic, it gave you a clue.
Dressed in his Deadpool 2 outfit.
They're dirty. Yeah. And he said, somebody walked through the background. And he said, what did he say, Chris? What did he say?
He said, hey, Hugh. You want to be a Deadpool? And
he said, sure.
He said, yeah, sure. As he walked upstairs.
Where were the stairs from? Does anybody know?
Nope.
Where were they from?
Oh, really? That was the Logan set.
Oh.
The farmhouse. That was the farmhouse. And the stairs were the stairs that the clone Logan walks down and he's walking up it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was so funny that they filmed it at the same location of Logan.
That's awesome.
And he said that Ryan Reynolds said that they're not going to change anything about Logan, the movie Logan. He still died in that.
Well, that was the day 2.
Oh yes, day 2. Yes, they came back.
Yeah, day 1, it was just like, yeah, sure. and then they flashed the Deadpool logo, and then like 3 claws like ripped it apart.
Yes.
And it said coming September. What was it?
It's coming.
9th?
Yeah, but it said coming
Hewn.
June.
Coming hewn.
Yeah. So then the next day, they give all the details.
Yeah, both him and Hugh Jackman sit on the couch together.
Yeah.
Look, we've got questions. We're here to answer them.
Yeah. My video was messed up though, and I couldn't hear what they said. Some music started playing.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they rickrolled us with the different song. But, yeah.
Jitterbug, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Jitterbug. But they did say that what happened in Logan happened.
Yeah, because that takes place like in year like 2028 or whatever. That's in the future. Year 2029. The future. So it's fine. That happens. Not touching that.
But we did end Deadpool 2 with Deadpool time traveling, or like multiverse traveling or something. Time traveling?
Well,
doing
time
something.
traveling, which creating a lot of different multiverses.
Yeah.
Basically.
And in that one,
if we're going with MCU law, he just created a ton of multiverses.
I guess so. And in that one, he goes to see Logan, a younger Logan. It says there's going to be a time. He basically said what's happening. He said there's going to be a time when you're going to want to hang up your claws, and Wade Wilson's going to come to you and say, "You got to pick him up one more time," and you're going to say yes. And the younger Logan's like, "Okay." So it's all went together. So, okay, theories. What do you think the Deadpool 3 is going to be about? How are they going to work in Wolverine? What's going to happen? I've got my thoughts. I've been doing some research.
I don't know. Oh, I haven't been doing any research.
I was preparing for this thing we call a podcast.
I don't do that. That takes time.
I can give you my theories.
Just in general, like I kind of wondered if like they'll end the movie with him sacrificing himself somehow and being dropped into the MCU universe, and so like the X-Men universe is still there, but he somehow gets pulled over from the Fox universe into the Disney universe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
The theory. You want to hear my theory, or we could? Katrin can have his theory first.
I don't have a theory.
All right. Well, I did some research, and some other people have said this too. I'm like, I like this idea. Let's go with this. So there's a comic. I'm pretty sure there's a comic. Chris reads all the comics, so he'll know. Called Deadpool Kills
the Marvel Universe.
The Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So what if they do Deadpool Kills the Fox Universe?
That would be interesting.
Yeah. That would be pretty hilarious.
That would be funny.
And that's how you get this Wolverine in this movie. And he's like, come along with me. And it turns into a buddy, sort of like a buddy road trip, but through different places.
That'd be funny. I mean, it'd be interesting. I don't know.
Because Disney owns all that stuff now, so might as well. Because they could have what's his name? I want to call him Steve Rogers, but that's not his real name.
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans play the Human Torch. They go kill off that Human Torch. They could have they could have the other dude that played the Human Torch that's in the MCU now.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. He could be another Human Torch. Who else was in the Fox universe that's now in the MCU? A bunch of people, I think.
Probably.
What? Quicksilver?
Yeah.
From WandaVision?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he Quicksilver though?
Evan Peters. Yeah, he's kind of been in both now.
Yeah.
That would be sort of funny though, especially if they had Chris Evans as
Yeah.
Human Torch.
Mm-hmm. That'd be funny. Yeah, I don't know. Like
they're like Chris is like, it's not going to happen, but it'd be
Well,
funny.
it'd be funny. I don't think it's gonna happen. It makes me wonder because it's 2024. Like, so it's a ways off. So it makes me wonder, like, when because they're introducing mutants in the shows, basically. Like Miss Marvel, Mr. Immortal is a mutant. It was in She-Hulk.
He was funny.
It was good. So I mean, which that actor is the guy from Boba Fett. The mayor's aide. I thought it was funny.
And Mr. Immortal is the head of the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yes. But so they're slowly introducing mutants, but they haven't said when, like X-Men, when they're going to do an X-Men movie. So it makes me wonder, are they going to do it before, or is this what's going to lead in
probably
to an actual X-Men movie? Is like whatever happens in this movie, like is the
because it's only 2 years away.
That does it. Yeah,
because it's not that. I mean, when you think about it, it's not really that far away. So I don't think they'll do any more. I don't think they'll do an X-Men movie before this. Before he kills off the Fox universe.
I don't think so. I feel like whatever happens here is kind of a catalyst into that, because this is going to be before, like Secret Wars and stuff like that. I think, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so. So I mean, whatever happens here, it could be the end of the movie, and they get pulled into the Secret Wars. So maybe you'll have Hugh Jackman and Deadpool and some Fox people within that, and then whatever happens in the Secret Wars merges universes, and like it could pull some of the actors into it to still be the characters, and it could merge others and like to be recasted. Heck, they could even get an Iron Man back and do.
Did you see his tweet, Robert Downey Jr.'s tweet? It was about, I think it was he had the Deadpool 3 thing, and his tweet was, bringing somebody back from the dead. That sounds fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've already, like, when they announced Secret Wars, I already was thinking like, oh, they can definitely pay Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, like all these people, like Scarlett Johansson. They could be all of them back for this because it's multiverse. Like they can do whatever they want to. This.
Wish they would bring. I know it's a story and people's got to die, blah, 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 blah. But I miss those days of Marvel. Not that I don't particularly like these days of Marvel, but I miss like Robert Downey, Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah, well, I really feel like Secret Wars is going to be like a reboot of the universe, which is what they do in the comics a lot. Like some big event like this happens, and it kind of restarts their universe. That's how like none of the characters age in the comics, basically.
Just hit the reboot button.
Yeah, just hit the reboot button. That's happened to the DC Comics. I don't know how many times. It's like every few years.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
There's some stuff they don't. But yeah, I don't know what storyline they're going to be going with.
And they may do something completely to the side that doesn't play that much into the main story, since it is going to be rated R. Maybe they're like, well, kids can't really see this, or they shouldn't see this. But who knows?
Yeah, it does make me want to go in to see like some of the main stories with Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, they could get back into the Weapon X program.
Yeah,
because that's where a lot of this came from. So, because when they introduced Cable and X-Force, I mean, those were the comics, but they really changed it up. So, like that story, they kind of used a little bit of Cable's story, but they really changed it up. Even like his daughter Hope was a totally different character in the comics.
Yeah.
He was
Cable be back?
I hope so. I think Cable, Wolverine, Deadpool.
And there has to be like a Thanos joke there, right?
Oh, well, definitely, yeah. And then Domino. I'd love Domino to come back.
Oh yeah, that'd be
she was
cool.
great. She was great.
And what's his name? Katrin. Katrin's character.
Oh,
what's his name?
What are we talking about?
The normal guy. You dressed up as him.
Steve?
I don't remember his name.
I think it was.
He was that likable.
Yeah.
Did he die? I don't remember.
No, he did, but then he went back in time and saved him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I need to watch that movie.
And of course, Colossus.
Oh yeah.
And Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yes.
And Dopender. You gotta have Dopender.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what Disney does.
Yep.
I don't know.
Never know.
You never know.
Peter. That's who.
Peter. Yes, Peter. How can you forget Peter?
I don't know.
I don't know. Such a name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they started X-Force. Wolverine was part of X-Force, so
yeah. Who knows what's going to happen?
Could do. I mean, there's always Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister has been hinted at in so many different movies.
That's true.
Even in Deadpool 2 and Logan. So Mr. Sinister could be.
Let's just throw Mephisto in there. Why not?
And they need to hire John Hamm, Mr. Sinister, because he was supposed to be him, I think. But they ended up not using him. So I think it would be great. Be great, Mr. Sinister.
So when's Mephisto coming? That's what I want to know.
He's already here.
In She-Hulk, yeah.
He's everywhere.
He was a goat in She-Hulk, I think.
I think it'll be a shocking surprise, and like Kevin Feige will show up and then rip off his mask, and it's Mephisto. It's been him all the time.
All along.
Close your ears for Katrin, if you don't want any spoilers. She-Hulk. Since we mentioned She-Hulk, do you think there's a witch in She-Hulk?
I haven't watched the latest episode.
Well, it wouldn't be the latest episode. It'd be the one before. Do you think her friend is actually not who she says she is? Spoiler.
The dude?
No, the girl.
Oh, no, I think she's fine.
Because she does the fourth wall thing. You don't. It's very like quick, but the girl, the lawyer that she's with, says something about She-Hulk, and she looks at the camera like this, like sort of like looking at us, and she's got the crazy.
I thought it was because Jen looked at the camera, and then so she looked, going like, "What are you looking?"
No, Jen wasn't there. Oh. She was with the other lawyer lady.
Oh, I missed that. So I don't know.
Yeah, she was like,
yeah. If you think about WandaVision, Agatha was the only one that broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, the witches always they always break the fourth wall.
Maybe she could be somebody.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
and she works at the superhuman lawyer place. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if she was actually somebody else besides just I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's probably me reading electrical bills again.
It was a water bill.
Or water bills. Sorry.
I do think she goes on a date with a guy, and or she starts dating a guy. I don't trust that guy.
Well, you need to watch this latest episode.
I need to watch this episode to see. But when he showed up, I was like, I don't trust this guy.
Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh.
So we'll see.
You'll like this latest episode, I think, because it has some very little known Marvel characters show up.
I have seen that it has that because I watched some of it and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've got to the point where they started showing up and I'm like, I love this.
Yeah. It's so
Perfect for
funny.
Chris.
It's like going back to that like we had one of the, like the Marvel Encyclopedia comics that they would put out, and you open it up and like, who is this character? This is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
character. They do this with this guy.
That's this episode of She-Hulk. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I love this. This is like looking through the Marvel Encyclopedia. Like, who can we throw in here? This
I
is
was
great.
cracking up. I was like, I want
And-
a series just them, like all these
Yeah.
weird random characters.
And they're making them look like the characters. Like,
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous looking, which makes it even
Yeah.
better.
yeah, so good.
Anyways, all right. So yeah. So and then also announced that Armor Wars, that was going to be a show, is now going to be a movie based on a show. No way.
No,
It's going to be a movie based off of a movie. So based off of a comic. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Here's my thoughts. They got into the making of them. They're like, yeah, we just need to shorten this. And just make it a movie.
I feel like they plotted it out and they started writing the scripts and they're like, well, this is the story. Yeah, we can pad it, but then like we're gonna get a boat episode.
Oh yeah.
We don't want a boat episode.
We'll just cut the boat episode and
So-
make it 2.5 hours. We're done.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to Armor Wars for a movie.
Because they announced it or he came out on stage at D23 and they're like, oh, it's a show. And that was a couple weeks ago. And
Yeah.
now they're like, by the way, yeah, it's a movie now.
Yeah, it's gonna same writer so far, but they haven't found a director yet. So they'll probably.
I keep waiting for the phone call, but nobody's called me.
Oh, really? Nobody?
How about that?
Why?
Weird. I think you've been the first.
I get like Star Wars director phone calls all the time. And I'm like, I want to explore outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, and you're like, I want to make a Star Wars movie, that for the fans, that it's Star Wars, and they're like, nah,
No, we don't want to do that.
we don't want to do that. We want something that's different.
I need to watch the latest Andor. Speaking of Star Wars, I haven't watched it yet, so we'll talk about it.
I have watched that.
I've got to watch that.
That's been a good show.
Yeah, it's been good. It's very good. I just haven't got to. I had time this morning to watch She-Hulk because it's shorter, but I didn't have time to watch Andor, so I was like, I'll save that for later and just watch the short, funny thing.
Short and funny. That nickname in high school.
In high school,
People
yeah.
in college. Places.
Little ankles. Sorry. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so that's they announced some other stuff at D23 they went and talked about, but I think it was
All far away.
it's all far away.
This is happening in 2026.
There's nothing to really talk about it. It's just like, here's a title.
It's gonna happen.
I mean, there's some stuff coming out next year, right? In 2023, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did see
something.
So the Blade movie doesn't
yeah.
sound like it's going very well.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it's going very well.
No.
No, the director left.
Oh, gosh.
And apparently the actor they got for Blade, I can't think of his name, but isn't necessarily happy with the process. And the script that they have isn't very good right now. Supposedly, that's
Morbius
the rumor mill
too.
So yeah.
They
worried
didn't
about
go
that.
with Wesley Snipes. You knew it's not going to end well.
Yeah, so don't worry about that.
We do have something coming out in next weekend. The Werewolf by Night.
Is that next weekend?
It says October the
So
7th.
excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. 'Cause I love the look of it, classic horror movie,
Yes.
Universal monster type thing. And I have seen like the reviews have been good for it so far.
I heard it's longer than we thought it was going to be.
Ooh. And I'm looking forward to see Man Thing in there.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Also, my
It's gonna-
nickname in high school.
What?
Oh wow!
So yeah, not for why you think, but
What's what's that person over there? That's some man thing. I
thing.
think I don't know.
Man
It's
thing.
weird.
Yeah,
And-
don't go near it.
And don't we have Wakanda coming to
Forever.
Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
And,
Black Panther is coming this year.
yeah.
Still.
And then
This is coming this year, like November. Or?
yeah, November this year.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then
Looking
the
forward to that
Ant-Man
one.
movie, right?
Mhm.
That's coming soon.
That's next.
They moved that
it's
to the
next year.
beginning of this next year.
Yeah, which that's not too far away, right?
It's coming up.
It's not 2026, right?
Yeah.
And
Loki 2's been filming.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming sometime.
new Daredevils. Well, they're going to start filming next year. Which,
Well,
like, oh,
next
okay.
next week, I think is going to be the She-Hulk Daredevil meetup.
I hope so.
Better. They're about. What did we
So
decide
2
on that?
episodes
How many?
left after this.
2 episodes.
There's 2 episodes left after this.
I feel like
They
it's
need
been
to
on
do
for-
some stuff. I mean, I've liked it. but
Well,
they need
I
some stuff.
we
They need
kind
something.
of talked about this
some
offline.
meat.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that you're seeing with like the intelligentsia stuff like that, I think is setting up for future stuff.
Yeah.
And this is really strictly, I mean, to me, it's the first television show they've done that's an actual television show.
Yeah.
Like it feels like an actual television show. It's very episodic,
Yeah.
with just hints of like
the story.
of a bigger plot in the background, basically, which I think will lead into Captain America movie.
When's that supposed to come
Intelligentsia and
out?
the leader. That's next year, I think.
Is it?
I think that's next year, because there are rumors that she's going to be in that movie,
She-Hulk?
especially since the leader is going to be the main villain.
Wonder what the CGI will look like for the movie.
Better, probably, because they'll have more time. I do not blame the VFX houses that are doing this.
No, I'm not blaming
they're
anybody.
doing. Yeah, for what they're doing, they look, to me, I think they look great. Because I mean,
Well, I've said it before. I didn't mind the CGI. It was the voiceover stuff that just drives me up the wall.
I mean, there's definitely stuff you can tell, like, oh, well, that's very comped in, and that's because like they probably had like a week or something to do some of these shots.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's going to suffer because of that. But overall, I've been pleased with it.
I've liked it. I've enjoyed it.
No,
did you see
hated
the?
it.
No, I really. I mean, I watched it today before I watched Andor, so I've enjoyed it. Did you see in the episode where the guy gets the shoes, or he's looking for the shoes, the artwork at the end of the episode, the shoe store?
Yeah.
They had like Daredevil,
Daredevil,
Wolverine,
Cyclops, Deadpool.
Yeah,
Had a bunch of like Easter eggs in there.
it was funny. That's how Deadpool gets into the MCU. He strikes up a shoe deal.
I'd love to see a crossover between Deadpool and She-Hulk.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be fun. Throw in some Hawkeye and the new Black Widow, new Hawkeye, new Black Widow. Throw them in there. That's a show right there.
Yep. So some good stuff coming. All right, we got some a question.
Oh.
Hello view with Drew. Says, who is your favorite playing a superhero? Mine is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, so like favorite person that plays a superhero?
I think so, yes.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Hugh Jackman, that's a good, that's
Hugh
a solid answer.
That is a very solid answer.
I think, like
with him coming back,
think,
he may be the person that's played a superhero the longest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ryan Reynolds pretty much is Deadpool.
Yeah, he basically, he embodies Deadpool to a T. Like he's Deadpool in every other movie he's in now.
Yeah.
He's
So
just
Hugh Jackman
constantly Deadpool.
and Ryan Reynolds, that's too solid.
That's too solid. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. You got to throw
Iron
him in the
Man,
ring
yes.
there. It's Iron Man. Super great.
Chris Evans, Captain America.
Captain America, also really good. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, really good Spider-Man, as well as Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, but the movies just kind of bring him down.
But I don't think any of the Spider-Man are up to the level as like Hugh Jackman.
No,
Ryan
I mean,
Reynolds.
Patrick Stewart is Xavier.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
You gotta love Patrick Stewart. So good. See, this is a hard question.
It is, because we'll put it this way: there's been a lot of actors that have basically the superhero and them have sort of melded together because they've merged them because they played it so good. But there's also been some actors that have played superheroes, and you're like, no, there could have been better.
But out of all those, I would probably have to go with William H. Macy as the Shuffler. Mystery Man. I love that
goodness. Movie. You just pulled a Mystery Man reference.
Oh, that movie's so great. I saw that movie.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a great movie.
I saw that movie like probably 6 times in theaters or something.
Okay, so serious answer?
Okay, Hank Azaria is.
You just don't want to. You just can't pick one. Is that what you're saying?
I can't pick one.
I mean, Hugh Jackman's a solid answer.
It would probably end up going with Hugh Jackman. I'm not a musical person, and I love The Greatest Showman, and I even went to a Hugh Jackman just stage show just to watch him sing musical numbers. Like, yeah, that's how great Hugh Jackman is. So,
what about
probably have to be Hugh Jackman?
What about Kelsey Grammer?
As the Beast?
He's a solid beast. He's a solid beast. I mean, Kelsey Grammer in full beast makeup.
Kelsey Grammer. That was the best part.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anybody.
What about Ian McKellen?
Yeah, Ian McKellen is Magneto.
What's his name? Why do I forget people's names? And I know them. Loki.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's a solid Loki.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
I think Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart are right up there, and probably Ryan Reynolds following close behind.
Those are like the top 3. I would think.
Yeah, I feel like those are probably my top 3. Just because, like, even with Hugh Jackman being in some of the worst like movies with as Wolverine, you still enjoy the movie because of him.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess Hugh Jackman wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he wins.
You heard it here. He's awesome. We'll send him his card, his trophy,
his geeky.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
But Mystery Man saw the movie. You guys,
yeah,
I watched it. Go watch it. Check it out.
Oh yeah,
it's especially the time that came out. Like, it's like one of the best superhero movies.
I'm like a lone wolf though. I ride alone.
Owner Dottie.
Pack of one.
A pack of one.
Oh.
Yeah. A shovel. Shovel well.
Now I want to go watch Mystery Man.
It's so good. It's so good.
There for a second, I thought you were quoting Pee Wee Herman. Owner Dottie. Rebel.
He's in that movie though.
I know. That's why I thought he was saying that.
That's another superhero. Pee Wee Herman, right? Is he a superhero?
He is a superhero. He fought in the Battle Royale with Cheese, actually, against Karate Kid or something like that. I don't remember.
I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to do a watch your streaming before we go. We haven't done that in a while.
We can, yeah.
Yeah. What am I watching? You go first.
I'll go. Okay, I can go first.
Yeah.
Mine is something short that you can watch in no time at all. It's on YouTube. It's called. It's on the. Oh
Headless?
wow, Headless. It's on Shipwrecked YouTube channel. It's called Headless. It's a fun take on the Headless Horseman, and it's hilarious. Chris
good.
has watched it, right?
It's good. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been watching it. It's really fun. Yeah. It's a kind of present day take.
Yes.
It's kind of a comedy.
It's a comedy.
It's comedic present day take.
Present day take on Headless Horseman. And have you seen the offshoot show or whatever?
I haven't watched those yet.
They're funny
those
too.
Good?
The Babes, which is 3 guys, and they're like have an unsolved mystery show they did on the local TV station. That was the footage was lost in the back, and somebody found it, and so it's hilarious. Oh, we got one more question. We got questions now, so let's.
No, this is great.
Which comic book movie would you rather watch again? Daredevil 2003 or Ghost Rider 1, both directed by Mark Steven Johnson?
Ghost Rider 1. That's easy for me. It's Ghost Rider 1, mostly just because of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I can't go.
And I have watched that movie. Like I've watched both those, Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. I've watched those several times because they're just insane. Like they're so crazy. Especially the second one is just nuts. I mean, he's peeing fire at one point. Like, it's just so crazy. And like Nicolas Cage is he's like super Nicolas Cage. It's like he went Super Saiyan. I love those movies. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, I would probably pick Ghost Rider over Daredevil. I like Jennifer Garner. So
yeah,
Elektra.
When that came out, I think I feel like Colin Farrell did a good bullseye.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
in that movie.
But I would pick Ghost Rider to watch.
Kind of fun. But yeah,
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you can't pass up Nicolas Cage. You just can't. I want them to use him again for like a multiverse thing. I want him to pop up as Ghost Rider somewhere.
That would be crazy.
Great.
He could just pop up as Nicolas Cage at this point.
Oh, and actually, Winchester just wrote that was going to be my watch a streaming. Actually, reboot on Hulu. It's so just to briefly
sounds very
sum
adult.
it up. It's an adult show. It's not the 3D animated kids show reboot. It's a different reboot.
Oh,
it follows an early 2000s family sitcom that Hulu has decided to reboot with a dysfunctional cast that must deal with their unresolved issues in today's fast-changing world.
oh.
But it is really funny, like because I mean it is on Hulu and it's very meta because they're like Hulu is the company that's rebooting it, and so like they're playing around with it. They're actually using the same set from Last Man Standing, Tim Allen's show. They just repurposed it.
That's funny.
Because we were watching, you're like, that looks really familiar. It was like, oh, this is Tim Allen's show. Okay,
That's funny.
But it's got Keegan-Michael Key in it. He's always really funny. Johnny Knoxville, who's great in it. Johnny Knoxville's got to be a better actor. Like, I think he's really actually pretty good now. Rachel Bloom, who did the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend show, she's pretty funny. She's one of the main cast. Judy Greer, who's always funny. Paul Reiser's in it, and just a bunch of other people. But it's been really good so far. They put out like there's 4 episodes out now. They put 3 out at once, and then they're doing 1 per week. But it's really funny. It's especially like if you've like know anything about Hollywood and how things go there. Like
As
it's
Chris
like
does.
yes. Well, that's exactly. Yeah, this would happen. This is real. This is definitely what happened.
Fun,
but it's really funny. Yeah, recommend that. Or the other show that's on Hulu that we started watching, which
I don't have
I'm trying to
Hulu.
think of the name of it. Because I mean, technically that was Winchester's choice.
Oh, so
What's-
technically, it's Winchester's choice.
What's that
Okay.
new show? And their first episode was that Disneyland. It's on. I think it's on Hulu. There's a new show that's. I don't know if it's come on yet.
I don't know.
Oh, that was. Oh, that. I think it was on.
It's on some channel I don't have. Or is
It was on ABC, I think.
Okay.
It's about the brothers or the siblings or something like that.
Oh, it's got the guy from that '70s show.
Yeah.
That show's been on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been on for
I
a
think
while.
they're in
Maybe it was a new season.
season 2 or 3.
I think
Yeah,
so.
new season started. But I would if you like kind of reality cooking shows type thing, whatever competitive cooking shows,
That's
I
Chris does.
gotta recommend Best in Dough.
Best in Dough. Huh. Is that on?
It's on Hulu. Hosted by Wells Adams from The Bachelor fame.
No clue.
Oh, you know Wells. You know him.
I really
he
don't.
married the oldest daughter from Modern Family recently, actually.
Oh,
But it's a fun show because like they bring in like all these different people. It's not just like professional chefs. It's like college students or just like old Italian moms, and they pit them against each other to make pizza.
Yeah.
And like and the first like thing they'll do is like give them something like make a pizza, but you can't use dough.
oh,
And they're like, okay. And then the second challenge is more traditional, like just make the best pizza you can type thing or whatever. But it's really fun. Fun little show. It's like 30 minutes long or something like that. Little quick show. But I'd recommend it. It's been fun so far.
and Katrin,
Well,
what Hulu show would you recommend?
I've got two. So, since you mentioned cooking shows, I thought about this one. So there's the British Baking Show, which there's a new season on, but there's also the Junior Bake Off, which is the British Baking Show but with kids, and they have there's one of the chefs, I guess, that kind of oversees it or whatever was on the British Baking Show, and I forget his name right now, but it's really good. It's with kids and they cry a lot, so it's really fun. But, it's
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious. No, it's really good. A lot of fun. But the thing that I was originally going to say was, this is not a show, but it's a podcast I've been listening to. It's called Odd Meets World. I don't know if y'all watched Boy Meets World.
The Boy Meets World.
So it's
Oh yeah.
Ryder Strong,
I've seen
Danielle
I've seen clips
Fishel,
of this.
and
Yeah,
Eric. I think it's
yeah, the other guy. Yeah,
Will Friedle. Golly, Will Friedle.
Yeah.
But they do a podcast and they're breaking down all of the episodes. So they're going. It seems like they're skipping around a little bit, but they start from the beginning and talk about how they got started and they introduce new characters. And, when Topanga comes in, and it's just it's a fun show. It's a good family friendly show, and I've enjoyed that show. We watched it not too long ago. I would catch it channel and I'd sit there and watch it, and I think I ended up watching the whole thing over a period of time because it would come on. Well, it would come on. This wasn't Netflix or Disney Plus. I think it's on Disney Plus, but it was on some channel, and I'd watch it in the morning before I went to work. But I enjoyed that show. So but yeah, Pod Meets World.
There's another podcast. It's got Will Friedle that also has the
Christy Carlson
actress that
Romano.
played Kim. Yeah, played Kim Possible. And they'll do
Ian
like
Stevens.
it's called I Hear Voices podcast,
Oh yeah,
where they'll bring on different voice actors and stuff.
that's cool.
It's fun.
And if you like Smallville, there's Talkville, which is
Yes.
going through every episode of Smallville with Tom Welling and
Michael Rosenbaum.
which it's fun. It's a fun one. I would watch it on YouTube if you're gonna listen or watch, because they like show clips of the show. And
Yeah, it's funny. They'll show like stuff. Like there's like one scene they were talking, and it's like Clark and Lana are sitting at a table talking, and then her boyfriend shows up, and Clark's like, yeah, I gotta go. I have to go do something. He gets up and like walks a few feet in the restaurant, and Lex is sitting at the bar, and then just sits right down next to Lex, like in full view of where Lana and her boyfriend was. And they're like, yeah, that was kind of lazy. Like, I feel like we really could have done that better.
So all this fun stuff you can watch if you want one of those teenage dramas, but not really, but sort of not teenage dramas. Vampire Academy on Paramount Plus has been interesting.
I don't have Paramount
Plus. No, Peacock. No, not Paramount. Peacock. Is it Peacock? Peacock. It's Peacock.
There is a Peacock.
I don't know. It's on one of those. I was bored and didn't have anything else to watch, and I watched it. It was pretty good.
Yellowstone should be back pretty soon. I think it's in November or something.
What's that on? Now I want to know. Anyway, all right. So there's some stuff to choose from when you're not listening and watching Dime Geek.
I know. I don't know when you have the time for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to watch and listen to. We may be just a little. We may be thinking about maybe another podcast starting. I don't know if we will or not.
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. But thanks for everybody in the comments tonight.
Yeah.
That's been a joy. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, punch that bell.
Comment on things.
Comment on things.
Bookmark.
Join I Am Group on Facebook. Just I Am Group all together. Check out, if you like kyber crystals, check out I Am Geek Shop on Etsy, where I make and sell kyber crystals that work with the Star Wars lightsabers from Savi's at Galaxy's Edge. I put up a new one. I put up the Spire crystal. This one. It looks like the Spire from Galaxy's Edge. Immediately sold out.
What?
Oh.
First batch. I mean, I didn't put that all money up, but the first batch sold out. So people are still asking, where is it? I was going to go buy it. And I'm like, oh, sold out. You'll have to wait for the second batch.
Exclusive. Watch the eBays.
Second batch will be coming out probably next week. I'm making the first batch now. I'm trying something new to get it out to people faster instead of getting a bunch of orders at once. I'm going to try smaller batches, get those orders done out, then put them back up because I'm just one man,
Just one man.
Just one man. I don't have
you have 2 children.
Well, I don't have a sweatshop. I'm not running a sweatshop. No, it's not. Very hazardous. I'm about burned holes and things. Yeah.
That'd be fine.
I literally burned, when we used to have carpet, I literally burned a hole in the carpet with the resin.
Nice.
Anyways, all right. Thank you for joining. This has been episode 253 of I Am Geek, and we'll be back with you next week with something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky.
Bye.